Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss a theory of how Sidney Prescott can be reintroduced into the Scream timeline of the current trilogy, but done so in a way that will not feel forced or unnatural to the flow of the story. Now, the specific way will provide explanatory power as to why Sidney's back, and if it's executed properly, it will also provide some potentially amazing sequences featuring Sidney again, just like the iconic earlier Scream films did. So, if you are ready to see Sidney back in Scream 7, buckle up, because it's time to lay out a game plan. Let's go!
Hi, my name is Michelle Laliberté. I'm the production designer on Scream 6, and you're watching Craven Something Scary.
So one of the biggest obstacles facing the potential return of Sidney Prescott is how to bring her back in a way that flows naturally within the story and does not feel forced into the film. Well, I've given this much thought, and I've come up with a theory that I believe will work and will accomplish the goal of a more natural feeling transition to Sidney's return. So let's get into it. So the story begins that the Core Four decided to take a summer vacation together. School's out for summer, and they decided to take a vacation together to a tropical island setting like Hawaii or Fiji. And I went with that idea because Jenna Ortega, Radio Silence, and Jasmine Savoy Brown have all recently come out publicly saying that their number one choice for Scream 7 is a tropical island setting. So I'm going with that. And so they arrive there and they plan to go for a 1-week vacation, you know, just to relax, get out of New York, get away from all the things Ghostface, just recharge their batteries before continuing on with life after vacation. So they arrive at the resort with no problems and everything's going great. So their first night is there. They meet up for dinner at the resort's main restaurant, and about halfway through their meal, Sam is just, looking around the dining room and catches in her eye Sidney Prescott and Mark Kincaid alone at a table having dinner. And then Sam quickly asks the other three members of the Core Four if they see Sidney. Say, hey, you see Sidney over there? Or is this just my mind playing tricks on me? Of course, all of the other members of the Core Four look over and say, yes, that is definitely Sidney, and that's definitely Mark Kincaid. So they all walk over and say hello, and they learn that Sidney and Mark just happened to have selected that same resort for their anniversary celebration trip together, and that's why the kids are with Mark's family. And it ends up being a total coincidence that they happen to have picked the same location that Sidney was staying at. And so from this point forward, guys, the writers could have a field day with content. Now, of course we know Ghostface will return, and now you've got bodies dropping all over the resort as the Core Four, along with Sidney and Mark, are trying to solve the mystery and stop Ghostface, while the local authorities are nowhere close to solving the crimes, as they never are. But here's the thing. The reason I like this theory and the reason that I'm kind of came up with this idea was I was trying to think of a way, again, that we could reintroduce Sidney, and I'm throwing in Mark Kincaid as a bonus if they could get Patrick Dempsey to return. I love the character of Kincaid in Scream 3. If they can make it work and get them both on board, you could introduce them into the story in a way it's more natural. The Core Four or Gale being attacked, like we saw in 5. It's much more natural than that. where there's an attack on Dewey in 5. In this case, it'd be Gail. And then Sidney comes back from hiding, like she did in 5, you know, or comes back from out of town to save the day. I mean, that's been done. They did that in Scream 5. It worked. It's fine. But this is a scenario where the danger comes to Sidney. She doesn't leave her home and go to the danger. The danger comes to her. It's the other way around. So she basically is backed into a corner where she has no choice. She has to fight this evil, this ghost face attack. It's threatening her life and the life of her husband and the life of Core 4. And you know, if Gail wants to be in this movie again, the minute this stuff starts going down, there's no way Gail Weathers is not flying to this island and she'll be on site. So then we got the whole crew together again. But here's the thing. Sidney is going to fight. We know that. Sidney's a fighter. She's going to try to stop Ghostface. She does not want to be at the risk of dying and not returning home to her kids. So guys, I really think this is a way to do it, again, where it flows much more naturally into the story, doesn't seem forced, and it could really work. I'm telling you, the writers could do this right, execute it right, it could be done well, and we would all be like, okay, yeah, this is cool. You know, we all got Sidney back. Those of us who do want Sidney back, I'm one of them. It would work. It's believable. And it's like, you know, here's the thing. People often say, well, how many people want to keep killing Sidney? This is the thing. Their motive wouldn't be to kill Sidney. Their motive is to kill the Core 4. But guess what? Sidney's there. She is in the middle of it now. So sure, they're going to go after Sidney. Of course. The evil comes to her. Naturally, she doesn't go after it or seeking it. It comes to her. She has to address it to get home to her kids. And then you have Mark Kincaid, the wild card in this whole thing. Now, if they couldn't get Patrick Dempsey, then I think you just have Sidney. You just have Sidney on vacation. You know, she just needs to get away, get some downtime alone. You could always write it that way. My hope is that they would get Patrick Dempsey to come back as Mark Kincaid. And then you got to figure out what you're going to do with Mark Kincaid. Does he survive? Or do you take him out? Does he not survive? What if Mark Kincaid is one of the big kills in the third act? You know, one of the shocking kills. It's possible. It'd be heartbreaking for Sidney to see Sidney go through this again. But this time losing her husband and the father of her children. That would be gut-wrenching for Sidney. But it's an option. It's definitely out there. This is a slasher movie. It's a Scream horror movie. People are going to die. But who knows? We'll see. If he does die, though, I think it's definitely going to be saving Sidney. It's going to be at the end. And it may just be at the hands of Stu Macher. Haha. You know I had to get it in there, guys. Come on. All right, guys. Listen, I'm going to leave it there for now. All right? But I do want to know what you guys think about this theory. Do you like the idea of what I proposed of how Sidney can be reintroduced into the current storyline with the Core 4 in Scream 7 in a way that won't feel forced? I want to know your thoughts, ideas, and any theories you may have of how you would bring Sidney back. So start leaving your comments below right now so we can discuss it together. I love hearing your theories and ideas, guys, so please leave a comment below and let's talk about it. Well, that's going to be all for this update, but I'll be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.